Hey, boo. How you doing, boo? Hey, y'all. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Okay. Good morning. Hey. All right, let's get into this message. Welcome back to my channel. This is Adana, also known as the Afrozine. And today I'm reading for the beautiful, handsome collective. Hello, 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 collective. Thank you so much for being here. It is truly appreciated. Thank you for all of your immense support. That is truly appreciated. Thank you for all the shares, the compliments, the donations, the tips, the commentary, all that great things. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget to grab a copy of this book here, Wisdom Beyond Rules. It's created by me to help and assist the collective with healing from narcissism or just negative experiences overall. Okay, and this book is really, 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 really great for diving deeper into your shadows and learning more about why and how people do the things that they do. All right, so Amazon.com, Wisdom Beyond Wounds. All right, let's get into this read. Channel message here is passing judgment got them judged. Okay, passing judgment got them judged. So, and this is more of a universal thing or a very relatable thing. Collectively speaking, judgment feels powerful when it is spoken, whether you're on, we'll say, the good side of things or more so on the negative side of things. When a person, doesn't matter if you're a good person or a negative person, but when a person is in a position where they could, we'll just say judgment has been bestowed upon them, meaning that there's a result to something happening. That person who's, how can I put that? The person that is bringing forth the judgment and is in their rightful space to bring forth the judgment normally feels the one that's really powerful. And the reason being here is because when something is spoken or when something is done and it comes through and will more so manifest, it makes that person feels powerful. So it doesn't matter if you're on the good side of things or more so the negative side of things. Judgment feels powerful when it is spoken, right? But with the narcissists, they believe they are defining someone else's character and placing themselves above the person that they criticize. So they know that you come from a space where you could judge them, but maybe you may not at one point in time, maybe earlier in, the connection or whatever the case may be. You're not one to downright flat out judge someone when you first see them. You kind of give them the benefit of the doubt, and this is before all this has taken place. Of course, now that things have changed and your perception has shifted, now you are, I'm sure, adopting we'll just say more capabilities or skill sets to yourself that you can utilize on a day-to-day. But nonetheless, the narcissists believe they are defining someone else's character and placing themselves above the person they criticize. So they're defining your character. They're already told you how they want you to be. They're already telling you how they want you to act. They're already telling you how you're going to react to them. So basically, in the one-sided competition, more so in their head, they've already deemed you to be the person that's going to that they're going to have control over. And of course, when that doesn't happen, they feel like that they're in a position to judge you because they're the one that judged you in the first place. Hopefully that makes sense. In order for the judgment of how they judge you to be right, they had to do certain things to ensure that you play out in regards to how they judge you within their mind. This is why, from their perspective here, they feel that the judgment becomes very powerful, because when they feel that they have the right to judge you, not only judge you, but the things that they're judging you on also comes true or come through, it makes them feel powerful. But where you come in from the different perspective or the other side of the spectrum, again, you may be a person that may not be one to openly judge others, as long as it's not affecting you, it's not around you know what I mean, you kind of really don't care. But if you're around a certain environment or a person or situation or circumstances, that may shift, if that makes sense. So it did shift. Your judgment on how this person was actually prejudging you or had preconceived notions surrounding you, it actually did change. But they weren't expecting or they weren't anticipating the judgment that you once may not have had at one point in time for them, how it completely switched or changed. They're not liking this new you or the new growth that you are, we'll say, exuding, or the new growth that you are stepping into. Take that how that resonates, because that could be spun in many different ways. Now, the reason why they don't like that, because that part of you or the newer part of you or the newest part of you here is a part that they cannot judge. Now, the reason why they can't judge you is because they don't know that part of you. Normally, when someone thinks that they know you, they're going to judge you on the parts or the things that they think that they know you. And that's more so from their point of view or their perception of you. That's the only way it's going to work. If they're able to not only prejudge you, preconceive the notion surrounding you, but the judgment also has to equate or has to become parallel or connect to what they actually want to see happen in your life. This is why they judge you so harshly, because they want the judgment that they stated about you to come true or to be true. That makes sense? So what they fail to recognize is that judgment creates a standard. Yes, it does. It creates a standard for them, and it also creates a standard for you. Now, in regards to the standard it creates for them, in regards to the judgment, because they kept blaming you for things that you did not do, it became a standard procedure, or a standard, I'll say option in their world, in their reality, that this is we'll say the bare minimum, or this is what they can take or cope with in regards to how they judge you. So there's a judgment surrounding you. The judgment's not true. They think it's true. So they keep doing things over and over and over to create a standardized or a standard something in your life to make sure that that is the bare minimum, so of what they can do or what they can continue to judge you on. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me see if I break it down further. So when a person creates a judgment and they keep creating that same judgment over and over and over and over, it becomes either a ritual, it becomes something that they do every day, a daily habit. It becomes something that starts to become a part of them on the day-to-day. So it's creating a standard. Now, the judgment that they had for you, they wanted to create a standard, but they weren't aware that they were actually doing it. So despite them not being aware that they were actually creating a standard, the standard was still created. Nonetheless, even though the standard was created, what it did here is that it put them in a position where that standard that they had in regards to how they judge you is how they wanted people to see you. That was the standard for them. Anything below that, it would not work for them, because anything below or anything above the judgment that they have for you in regards to the standard that they created, it has to stay parallel, or it has to stay aligned in regards to the judgment that they preconceived about you. Hopefully that makes sense. So once that standard exists, people begin observing the one who spoke it. The spotlight they try to place on someone else slowly turns back towards them. And this is where they realize that it backfired here, because they kept doing the same thing over and over and over surrounding the judgment that they had for you. And the people around them that were around them at one point in time grew accustomed to the standard of that same level of judgment that they keep judging you on, but you surpassed the judgment that they tried to place onto you. You did something differently. So this is why passing judgment on you got them judged, because you were able to surpass, or you were able to plow through the little small standardized judgment that they had for you. It don't apply to you because it's not true. An example of this will be, let's say they're judging you, saying that you're very lazy. Okay, that we know that's not true. Your actions prove otherwise. You get up every day, whether you have a 9 to 5, whether you have a career, whether you are an entrepreneur, whatever, however. but you're putting in the actionable work to ensure that you receive success at the end, however success resonates with you. But them, on the other hand, they're telling other people that you're lazy, but they already had the preconceived judgment or notion surrounding you. And that notion was that you were lazy. So since they judged you there, that was the standard that they created. So they told everyone around them that you are that standard, lazy. But that wasn't the case, because once you realize, or if you did realize, or you just more so just put all your time and effort and energy into yourself, what happened here is that you actually started to rise above or surpass the judgment that they had preconceived for you. This is why, again, passing judgment on you is the reason why they got themselves judged, and they didn't even realize it. Or maybe they do. I don't know. So the moment they choose to judge, they unknowingly invited judgment upon themselves, and that's what they did. So judgment functions as a psychological script they unknowingly write for themselves. Let's break this down. A narcissist believes judgment secures their authority in a social space. Let me repeat that. A narcissist believes judgment secures their authority in a social space. This is where they thrive the most, when other people are around and they think that they know you, and they can utilize judgment as such to make themselves feel good, feel better than you in a crowd full of people. That's why they're always quick to judge people in groups or crowds, because they like that attention. It does something to them energetically. So each criticism establishes a rule about how people should behave, think, or exist. The subtle dynamic may overlook is that once a rule is spoken publicly, it becomes a part of the environment. People unconsciously begin measuring the speaker by the same rule. Again, they created the standard without them being aware. So the narcissist intended the judgment to control perception of someone else. Yet the standard quietly becomes a mirror. Over time, the environment begins testing whether the one who issued the judgment can actually live by the principle they impose on others. Hopefully that makes sense. And that's what they did. They judged you based on how they saw themselves. They wanted you to play or reenact how they see themselves. And when they were unsuccessful, because again, you surpassed the small judgment that they had, it wasn't true. They wanted the judgment to be true in order for them to be perceived in a certain way. And since it wasn't true, passing judgment on you got them judged. So let's dive deeper into these cards here. Okay. This is why they feel rejected. It's like they hit the jackpot with rejection. They did. Everybody's rejecting them. The lengths that an unwell person will go to destroy another person's life is really unwell behavior. It's really unwell activities. And they exhibit a lot of this hidden in plain sight. Jackpot. Rejected. Every moment that they had a chance or opportunity to speak ill of you, they did. Again, they created the standard to be judged. They thought that it was okay to judge you and no one would judge them back. This is how deep they can be within their ego. So the more they spoke about you, the more they created that judgment of that standard. Again, this is why it's important to become silent. Just let them do what they want to do. Who cares, literally? Putting yourself in a position or a space emotionally when you are indifferent is going to save you from a lot of things. I'm telling you. I understand you may want to care about this one and care about that one, but when it comes to the safety of self or safety of life, it's really best to become silent. Let them say and do whatever it is that they need to do. Who truly cares? Because they need that from you. That's the jackpot. They need you to care. and you don't, or soon not to. Take it how it resonates. Not only you, because when people are realizing you're silent now, you're like, okay, whatever. Other people are following suit. So at one time, they're getting hit with a wham of feeling ignored or feeling rejected. So now they're trying to restabilize the standard that they created for you, or so they thought that they created for you. So that way people can still perceive you in a certain way based on the judgment that they had about you previously or prior, if that makes sense. Hey. And it's not working because you're unbothered. Thank you. You're unbothered. One of the worst feelings in the world is being ignored. Yes. A lot of people can't handle that. A lot of people can't handle silence. A lot of people can't handle quietness. They can't. And it shows. You think when a narcissist tries to pull a silent trick on you, they're actually silent? They're not silent. They're never silent. They don't know how to become silent. And even if they're not even speaking to another person within themselves or by themselves, they're still speaking. They could never shut up. They never thought and expect for you to go silent as they did on you. They thought the silence was going to make the heart much more fonder, or the distance, whatever the saying is. Distance make the heart grow fonder. That's what they thought. They thought that you would never leave, or they thought that you would never dissipate, or they thought that you would never disconnect from them. This is why they felt that they hit the jackpot when it came to your emotions. This is why they felt so lavishly and abundantly confident to speak, or more so judge you. They judge you based on your kindness, but they thought your kindness was weakness. And they thought it was something that had to be judged. And to be honest, they wanted to hurt the kindness within you, which is fucking crazy. But that's what we're dealing with out here. People want to attack kindness. Oh, it's too kind. It's too soft. It's too still. It's too nurturing. What is this? What's going on? Why isn't it? People who can't stay still despise individuals like this, unbothered. They don't know how to read you. They don't know how to process you. What are you thinking? What are you doing? Who are you talking to? Where are you? That makes sense. They thought they had the perfect plan when it came to judging you. Get close to you. Get as close as they can to you. Watch everything about you, your moves, your motives, your intentions, the way that you speak, the way that you dress, all those things. They wanted to get close to you. They got close to you just to get rejected at the end. Wow. They got close to you to only be rejected at the end. Despite them being close to you. Thank you, boo. Help me make it make sense. Make it make sense, please. Anybody? We have Carlos here. This person could be Carlos. They worried about you, but they don't have a car. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with not having a car, of course. But this type of person here love to keep up with the Joneses or the Smiths, okay? They like whatever. They like finer things in life, and there's nothing wrong with that. But how they perceived you, they judged you. They preconceived, or they had a preconceived notion surrounding who they thought you were. Who they thought you were, not who they thought you are. Who they thought you were. That word were, was stuck within themselves, was locked in with themselves because they told themselves that's what you were, and you weren't at all. Passing judgment got them judged. Judgment feels powerful when it is spoken. They wanted to feel powerful over you. This is why they had the preconceived notion about you. They prejudged you before learning you or before knowing you. They didn't know anything about you at all. They only went by the perception in regards to how they saw you. That's it. They didn't know anything about you because clearly if they did, they wouldn't be in this predicament. So they don't know anything about you. That's the truth. So judgment feels powerful when it is spoken. And they felt very powerful when they spoke about you. When they judged you. That's what gave them power. The audacity that they thought or assumed that they knew you to judge you. That's the only reason why they did it. They thought they knew you to judge you. Ain't that something? Oh, I know them so I can judge them. That's not true. Just because you may know of someone doesn't mean you can fully judge them, if that makes sense. How you going to judge somebody you don't know? And that could be spun in many different ways. Despite them being around you, they still didn't know you. So how can they judge someone that they truly don't know? What did they see, or what did they perceive when they saw you? And that can be spun in many different ways. Judgment feels powerful when it is spoken. They wanted to feel powerful. They wanted to feel like how you felt. Because your words hold power. When you say certain things, it's like, oh, okay, it manifests. If that makes sense. They wanted to do what you could do, or what you can do, or what you are doing. And they can't. So if they spoke over you or they spoke your name, they felt powerful in that. They felt that they can judge you because they were calling you out, or more so speaking over your life. That made them powerful. If anything, it made them powerless because they're learning that they can't do that towards you. Touch not that one. That one there? Yeah. Nah, the collector, not them. Leave them alone. I want to do what I want to do there. Okay. Then just go silent. Okay. I'm going to do what I want to do. Ain't nobody going to blah, 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 rah, rah, rah. Hey, what's for lunch today? What y'all eating for lunch? You know what I mean? Change the subject and just move on. Let them be, baby. Just let them be. Let them be. Passing judgment got them judged. Passing judgment on you got them judged. Let's continue, shall we? So now that you have completely surpassed this fallacies of judgment that wasn't even true, now they're dirt digging and digging and digging and digging and digging and digging. That's all they keep doing is just digging. How can I stop this person from moving forward? How can I stop them from being successful? How can I stop them from being liked by others? How can I put them in isolation? They're trying to figure out every whatever little thing that they can to ensure that you become bothered. This is in reverse. Now they want you to be bothered, not unbothered, because they can't do anything with you while you're unbothered. They can't do anything with you while you are silent. They don't know what you're doing, and that scares them the most. So in order for them to figure out what you're doing, they have to get a reaction out of you first. Yeah, there are going to be people that's going to test your limits, man. And some people deserve to get the... baby. They do. Some people just want to take it there, and I get it. Because you're so unbothered by the whole situation, it's not even affecting you. It's not affecting you. What makes this gift? Because becoming unbothered indifferently, it is a gift. Yes, it is. Not everybody has or can hold this gift. The gift of becoming or being unbothered indifferently. It's like, shit, that didn't bother you? No. Dang. That's crazy. Oh, well. Can't handle it. They can't handle it. They can't handle the indifferences of you being unbothered. They don't know what to do with it. And then by you being even more unbothered, it makes them insignificant. It decreases them in becoming or into becoming more insignificant in your life and also their life, to the point where you just truly outgrow them. And that's what you did. You outgrew this person, people, group of people, however it resonates. You outgrew them. And when the moment that you outgrew them is the moment that they continue to judge you. What can they judge you on if they don't know you? They thought they knew you. They only knew what they saw or perceived you to be. And again, looks can be very deceiving. Just because a person looks a certain way doesn't mean you can judge that person. I don't recommend that, but everybody gonna do what they gotta do. That's on y'all. But judging someone that you don't know is that's insanity. What the what are you doing? Oh, I just know and yeah, I bet you they, what the hell? Hey, good morning, how you doing? All right, take care. Not them. They just got to drag people into their foolishness, the jackpot of the emotions. So yeah, they going to stir the pot. Yeah, I just know the collect. And they talk to somebody else. That's energy. That's other people's energy that they're getting the jackpot from. This the karmic. Yeah, and they talk to another person. Yeah, I told you about the collective here. See, watch. Yep, I heard about the collective. Well, I was around the collective and they did this and they didn't do this. And they're literally steadily getting more energy or getting a jackpot from another person. And as they're taking from that person, because gossip takes from people, yes it do. It takes time out of people. Hell, sometimes it takes patience out of people. Sometimes it takes money out of people, because when someone hears a so-called juicy gossip, secret, something, they're going to go above and beyond to get to the bottom of that said gossip. So when you hear a piece of gossip about somebody, the first thing a person would do, if they are entertained by it, is that they're going to clear everything that they had doing or what they got going on in their life. And they're going to specifically focus on that gossip. And while they're doing that, the narcissist is successful at regaining another energy surge or another confirmation or validation that the judgment that they had already preconceived about you is true, because another person believes it. This is why judgment feels powerful when it is spoken. They wanted to feel powerful over speaking your name. Your name ring bells. You are relevant. I keep telling you guys that you better get with it, boo. Divine Collective, you are relevant. Look at how far your relevance reaches, if that makes sense. Look at the type of behavior that people are exhibiting when they are amongst you, or when they become relevant to you. Now take that relevance away. Now what? Oh, the collective think they all that. You took your relevance away. But when they were at one point in time relevant around you, they wasn't saying that, right? They don't have this anymore. The jackpot of you being around, your relevance, your name. You ain't around anymore. So they got to prove a point to you that they can still hit the jackpot when it comes to you emotionally. And baby, were they wrong? Because you became here unbothered, and the same people that was giving them energy, because again, they judged you, but told other people of what they judged of you, and other people believed it. They were energetically and emotionally getting jackpots for the people who listened to the gossip. And their life started to fall down and started to fall apart. Now people are drained. Groups, friends, co-workers, family members, ex-spouse, ex-lover, however it resonates, are now drained because they can no longer take from the jackpot of your energy, if that makes sense. They can't take time away from you. They can't take any patience out of you. They can't take any money out of you. They can't take anything out of you spiritually, mentally, psychologically, emotionally, physically, because you are completely here or soon to be here. It doesn't work. So now that you see that it's not working, or now that you see that their tactics are not working against you, now that you see in regards to what happened? So yeah, they no longer can have the jackpot of you. They can no longer be tied or connected to you, because when they were tied to you and connected to you, greater things were happening for them. And they loved that about you. Yes. So when you rejected the relevance, them being relevant, they became irrelevant in your life. They had to try every which way possible to get back into becoming relevant in your life. And this is where and when they went really full throttle surrounding the judgments that they had about you. And it failed. Because yet again, passing judgment on you got them judged. Got them judged in a way that they were not anticipating. And to be honest, that is the true jackpot that they hit. Rejection. They kept taking and taking and taking and taking other people's validation and confirmation in regards to how they saw or judged you, to the point they hit the rock bottom of the energy pit or the energy container. No one's not paying attention to them anymore. No one's not listening to them anymore. So there's no energy to feed off, if that makes sense. Now they're rejected. Now they feel rejection and they don't like it. They blame you for it, which is odd. But the reason why they blame you for it, because you had the energy or the jackpot to keep them going, or basically you made them relevant. It's sad to say, but you made an unwell person relevant. I have to say it just like that. A mentally unstable person relevant. And that's what they wanted. They wanted to be relevant. And they did become relevant in a small point in time. They did. Or space in time. They did. But because they were so greedy in regards to how much they wanted to take from you, it put them in the space here. Being and also feeling rejected. Hey. So thank you for saying that. Brian Bird states on TikTok, they should do better and they would be better. I do agree, 100%. but they can't do better than you because you are better in the space that they have created for themselves. They always thought that they were better than you based on whatever, attire, the way, I don't know, many different stipulations. They prejudged you based on how they saw themselves. And they told themselves, and they told themselves that they would always be better than you. That's not the case, of course. You did better for self, or you became better at self. And when you popped out, or when you showed up in that space, it put them in a space of feeling rejected. They always thought that they were better than you. It was in their head. But when you're actually showing up and showing not only yourself, but others around you that you are indeed better, meaning you took the time to better yourself, if that makes sense, the things that they said or judged you on is being rejected. This is why they're being judged, or passing judgment on you got them judged. No one believes them. So since no one believes them, now they're dirt digging. I gotta find something to collect. They're not going to find anything. And that's going to drive them even more insane. Because they have to prove to others that what they judge you on is the absolute truth. But it's not. You're unbothered by it. That's why it's not the truth. That's why it can't be the truth. It's like, okay, that's not true. And they have to prove, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So they divine or divinate or abuse divination. They do. However way they do their thing. Through a Bible, through scrying, through water magic, earth magic, fire, air magic, whatever, however what way they do their thing. Because there's many different types of divination. And we'll be here all damn day. But whatever type of divination that they decide to do or use or whatever, child, they do abuse it. Could be in oracle or tarot, or just watching oracle and tarot. Could be cross watching for that person's sign or your sign. They do a lot of weird stuff. But anyway, trying to dirt dig as much as they can because they can't stand this feeling of feeling rejected. Not only did you reject them, which was the jackpot, the little doses of other jackpot energy that they were getting from others, they ain't getting it no more. They not. That's why they're irrelevant. And we all know irrelevance not only gets ignored, they get rejected too. And that's what they were trying to do to you. Imagine trying to make relevance irrelevant. Child, please. You can't make authenticity irrelevant. Say what now? you just, I mean, you can try, but look what happens when they try foolishness. Good morning, good day. How y'all doing? Make it make sense, yeah. Yes. Actually, Alfredo states on YouTube, 2 rejections by the same person is just funny. It is. Because they did get rejected twice. Wow. And you know what? I could see why they could be so upset at you. For you to reject them twice. It could be inadvertently. It can be unknowingly. It could it could be spun in many different ways. Now they become a groupie. It's crazy. Yeah. Huh. They become a groupie. And obsessive. From being rejected twice over. Yeah. Damn. I get it. That makes it, that explains everything in the most simplistic form. Karmic friends. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is why they're going through bad karma. Yeah. Yeah. This is exactly why. Listen to me, collective. Divine collective. The ones that's doing the work. You're going to know if you're doing your work because you're going to resonate. I need for you to understand the power that you hold within yourself is nothing to play with. It's nothing to play with. And there are a lot of people out here that keep trying to tamper with the power that you hold within yourself. The power is confidence. And a lot of people do not have that. A lot of people can't hold that. They can't hold the confidence that you hold within yourself. So they try to play you for it, or they try to compete with it or with you for it. The relevance in your life is very important. It don't have to be to other people. That's fine. But as long as you are aware of self, that the relevance of you is very important, you're going to start to move differently. And it's very important to move differently. Let them say whatever they want to say. Again, when you are meeting or connecting with someone, or someone is connecting with you, take it how it resonates. They're connecting with you for a specific reason, because wherever you are wholesome is where they lack. They're not going to come right out and tell you that. This is why you may feel like you're always healing people all the time, or you're constantly like a therapist to others. Take it how it resonates. But you're always doing something that, maybe you think that you shouldn't do, or you shouldn't have to do. But it's showing up in different ways to show you that you don't have to. So this person's coming up, they see the relevance in your life. The relevance could be you just being wholesome. The relevance in your life could be you being authentic. The relevance in your life could be that you are embodying truth. You're relevant. You are a big deal. You're a fucking big deal. It is what it is. Soon as you see that within yourself, then you're going to understand where I'm coming from when I say this is the true wealth of self. That's what it is. The true wealth of self. And they don't have that. They do not. Not only do you have the true wealth of self, meaning knowing who you are, and you unbothered. So you sitting in your richness. In your opulence, and you unbothered. Yeah. And you rejected them twice. Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm talking to people that big deals over here. I ain't talking to small. I'm talking to big deals over here. High vibrant collective. People that want more for themselves. People that are striving to become better for themselves. That's who I'm speaking to. People who embody truth. People who's authentic and rare and raw in your rareness. That's who I'm speaking to over here. They judged you because they thought that they can overpower you. They had to create a preconceived notion just to judge you. Just to make them feel powerful over you. What the fuck is that? What is that? They got to overpower you for them to feel powerful than you? Man, please. Child, please. Let me drink my tea. Hold on, child. Make it make sense. And here you like the person in the Matrix. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. This you. Dodging bullets and shit. Nothing touches you. Nothing touches you, or you're going to be in this space soon where nothing touches you. Talking shit is like, okay, whatever, who cares? They connected with you. This is an example. They connected with you because you were wholesome financially, meaning You saved. You always put away for a rainy day. You can buy whatever you want to buy. You can do whatever it is that you want to do financially. Again, this is just an example. And they saw that far away. This is their perception, how they perceive you 3D wise, physically. Oh, yeah, collectively, like they got money. All right, yep, okay, let me get closer to them. And they try to get closer to you. You at the time probably not even aware that they have financial problems. So they try to mirror you in a space where, because again, they prejudged you and also research you as well. So they're going to find something that you like or something that you went through. Oh, yeah, I went through that too. And yeah, you went through that too. Oh, man, that's crazy. And then they try to get in closer to you to get through the cracks, the vulnerabilities. That's why I said, if you have not healed your vulnerabilities, don't speak about it. So they came in and mirrored you with one of your vulnerabilities, and they got as close as they can to you to start to research you and talk and talk and talk and get as much as they can because of the relevance that you gave to them. They still had that preconceived notion about who they thought you were in their mind, despite them getting close to you. Yes, they did. And when you broke away the relevance from them, they became irrelevant, and they went right back into the preconceived notion of judgment that they had, and they just ramp it up now. Oh, and yeah, and yeah, I was next to them, and oh my, you don't want to be around them, and they don't do this right, and no, and that, and you're like, what the passing judgment on you got them judged. Sure did. Bad reputation. Hey, Scylla, how you doing, boo? Look, bad reputation on their own. They get hit with whammies. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Stop. Brrr. The little big ass whammy will come out and start dancing and shit. Yeah. They trust they luck for sure. Oh yes, baby, they trust they they press they luck. They did. They was playing that game, boo. Them whammies kept coming up on both sides, and if you get 4 whammies, you out the game. And they had 4 whammies. Oh, they did. I actually loved that game from the 80s, Press Your Luck. I did. I was so immersed into it, child. Yep. They winning free trips and all that stuff. Yeah. But all right, so we have caught a case in threatening. All right, I can't show the actual card of threatening because it has a pew pew on here. But we have threatening and catching a case. So even though this is medically on this card here, I strongly feel because of threatening represents, or caught a case here, represents them like wanting to fight with you or wanting to argue with you, like catch a case in that way, because there's like been some threatening remarks been made about you and they're moving in silence. But I'm here to tell you they can't move in silence, because even though they think that their conversations are not heard, nothing is ever silent. But anywho, so there's a lot of threatening remarks. It could be from fake accounts trying to bully you or lure you into something, and it's not working. So you're becoming more threatening to them because of your silence. The more you become, the more silent that you are, the more the threatening, we'll say, acts or remarks are going to metastasize to the point where they're going to feel rejected. Yep. Not only are they going to feel rejected, as they're feeling rejected, they're going to be in their head in bad karma. The bad karma is them having the mental breakdown. The bad karma is for them not to escape their mind, or yeah, it's bad. And they refuse to get help. Yep. Love on the brain is not really love, though. It could be a lover. That was the best thing you could have done for yourself, was to move in silence. But it was the worst thing. it could have happened to them, because they don't know how to, they don't know how to process anyone moving in silence. What do you mean you're moving in silence? What is that? Again, they don't even know how to sit in silence, despite them in the group or by themselves. I promise you, someone that's unwell, hear me out. Narcissistic individuals that are unwell mentally, if they're not talking to you, they're talking to themselves, or they're mumbling to themselves, or muttering to themselves. They don't know how to chill. They don't know how to rest. They don't know how to be still. And it shows. Take it how it resonates. It could be a girl fight. Yeah, creeping is in reverse. Someone maybe wanting a girl fight to happen, and it's not. The fight will happen. It will, just not in the way that they anticipate. The fight will be against them in their mind. That's the real fight. That's the real fight that they have to escape, exit, whatever, however. Judgment functions as a psychological script they unknowingly write for themselves. A narcissist believes judgment secures their authority in the social space. This is how they stayed relevant with you in the same social space. This is why they felt so comfortable judging you in the same relevance of the social space that you and they were in. How else would it work? They need your people, your connections, for them to feel powerful over you, your relevance. But if you cut them off and make them irrelevant, it ain't going to do anything to you. It's going to do something to them. So each criticism establishes a rule about how people should behave, think, or exist. The subtle dynamic many overlook is that once a rule is spoken publicly, it becomes part of the environment. That's what they created, unknowingly. They created the judgment within the public or the environment unknowingly, because it was going to come back to bite them in the end, and it did. People unconsciously began measuring the speaker by the same rule. So antennas went up. You said what? Oh, okay. So they allowed this person to say and do as they please. The narcissist intended the judgment to control perception of someone else. Yet the standard quietly becomes a mirror. They didn't see that. They never see anything. Over time, the environment begins testing whether the one who issued the judgment can actually live by the principle they impose on others. And people see that they cannot. Checkmate. This is a big checkmate, a big F-U in their face, not your face. It's a big F-U to their face. And they don't know how to un-F themselves. They don't. They do know how to F themselves or F themselves over, because they do it all the time. That's why they need other people to stay afloat. Yeah, fantasy is in reverse. What fantasy? This is not a fantasy anymore, at least. It's a reality that they have to accept. They have to. It's either they do or they don't. It don't matter. It's still going to play out in the way it needs to play out. And they don't like it. Yeah, the perception of the preconceived notion or judgment, prejudgment that they have on you or had on you. Perception is the reason why their perception can't change or shift, or their point of view can't shift on you. Clearly, you surpassed their judgment. Look at how they are reacting because you surpassed their judgment. They weren't expecting that. They weren't anticipating that because they thought you could never do it, which is crazy. This is a mental illness. It really is. It truly is. People so far deep in their head don't even realize that, because you can't tell an unwell person that they're unwell. They're going to look at you like you're crazy, literally. That's exactly how they're going to look at you. What are you talking about? Man, get that. They're going to literally tell you that they're not when they are. Look at the actions of what they're doing. Not the words. Yeah, the words, but the actions. And their action always shows that they end up doing unwell things. Unwell things. Not healthy things. Unwell things. That's the tea. That is the tea. Trying to pray. This is the harsh truth. You cannot complain about a situation, pray about the situation that you complained about, and then do nothing and just sit right there. You cannot complain about a situation, then pray over the situation, and then stop right there. You have to keep moving forward. This person or group of people, however it resonates, is in a space or deficit in their life that they keep complaining about something. Once in a while, they may tend to pray, or they may tend to manifest or speak their mantras or affirmations or whatever, however, okay? But they stop right there. They want everything for nothing at all. Again, they spoke over your name, which is a form of word magic or air magic, air elemental magic. They spoke over your name to feel powerful over you. They knew the power that you hold because of the confidence that you exude. That is very powerful. Take a look at the sun. The sun shines brightly and confidently when it's at the apex of the day or the highlight of the day, meaning you can't get away from that sun unless you go, you know. The sun is confident, if that makes sense. You can't miss it. That's the energy you give off. They did not feel protected in your confidence. I mean, they should not, because it's not theirs. Why are they looking for you or looking at you to protect them with your confidence or from your confidence? No, that's not your job. So then they try to do the same exact thing that you do, but realize it never works. They complain about the thing that they want, then they try to pray about it or manifest or think about or have thoughts about it, and then they stop right there. This is why they don't believe in manifestations or mantras or prayers or whatever, please, cries, however way y'all do y'all thing. This is why they can't get themselves together. They're emulating you. They think you are the missing piece to their life, to solve their life, to fix their life. You're not Ayanla, respectfully speaking. You're not Mrs. Ayanla. You're not. The missing piece is they complain, they pray about it, you fix it. That's the missing piece for them. That's what they expect from you, and that's what they anticipate from you. That makes sense? Do you understand your power? They call you powerless, but they're speaking about you with such power and such vigor, vigor, that they're putting you in the space of becoming even more powerful and don't even realize that. They're the one that keep your name irrelevant, despite it being gossip. This is why they don't get justice at all. At all. This is why they can't see their way. And it's your fault, which is crazy. They judged you. They standardized the judgment surrounding you, and you're supposed to fix it because they judged you. Well, the collective said, and the collective didn't do, and the collective da-da-da, and they're literally expecting for you to fix it despite them judging you. Get the fuck out of here. Why should you fix a judgment that doesn't belong to you? Why should you fix a judgment that's not true in regards to who you are? Make it make sense. You could be a Leo, or they could be, however it resonates. You could be the Leo, they could be the Leo. One person is confident, another person is not. So you want to take it how it resonates. But the community is seeing it clear as day. The community sees the contrast clear as day. Yes, transformation. Absolutely. People are seeing your transformation. And your transformation, it's in your face. It's that type of transformation. Like, okay, I'm here. What's up, y'all? Like, you can't not be ignored. You can't be ignored. Even if people try to ignore you, they can't. They can't. Because of the energy that you carry, the confidence, the Lion Leo energy. Yeah, because of what you carry. They can't handle that. All that light, it can't handle you, boo. Yeah, they try to put you in a space where you wouldn't grow. You'd be very barren or bare. They didn't want you growing. So if they sucked away all the fruits, or they shaken all of the leaves off this tree, well, you'll be left with nothing but bareness. And that's what they wanted for you. They wanted to strip you dry off your confidence and just be completely bare. But you're not here to be that. You're here to shake up the world with humanity. You're here to do great things. Whatever that great thing or thing is. But you're here to do great, phenomenal things. You are. That's why humanity is here. Uh-huh. Okay. Y'all got stuff to do. I'm going to keep saying it. Y'all got stuff to do. Y'all got stuff to do. become unbothered, become indifferent, and bam, baby, plow through. Plow through, boo. Just plow through, plow through. Just like that, plow through. Remember that game on um The Price is Right? It was a big board and it was filled with circles, but the actual circle was very paper thin, and you literally had to punch it to get to the whatever was inside. That's like your debut. Like you are behind this veil, and in front of you is like a paper thin space between you and a new reality or a new perception of things, or a new higher perception of things. And the only thing left for you to do is literally just punch through, plow through, and boom, now you're stepping into this new space, a new reality, or new perception as to how you're perceiving the world. You are here to thrive and not survive. One more time. You are here to thrive and not survive. Can't handle that, child. They can't handle you. They say, who the collective think they is? The collective think they all that. Yes, they put you there. They sure did. Their irrelevance in your life made you relevant. Huh? Their irrelevance in their life and your life made you relevant. Sure did. And it was successful. While you going up, they coming down. While you going up, they coming down. You on top, they down here. Isn't that what they wanted? It's what they wanted. It's what they manifested. It's what they perfected. They perfected failure. They did. And then blaming you for the failure that they perfected. What? What now? They're blaming you for the failure that they perfected. That's crazy. Baby, that's crazy. You said what now? Child, please. They changed the dynamic of the situation. They did. They couldn't leave well alone. See what happens when the unwell can't leave well alone? The well can leave unwell alone. Yeah, you see somebody unwell, you're like, yeah, I'm good. You see them, you probably, you don't judge them. Maybe you do take out resonates, but you're just like, yeah, I'm good. And you move on. You're not going to bother somebody that's unwell. But the unwell person is saying you're bothering them. How? Something that is well is not going to be bothersome. It's going to be in this authentic space, in peace, even nurturing. It's not going to bother something or someone, someplace, somewhere. It is not. Something that is well. If a car is well, meaning there's no issues with the car, then the car is going to run well. Same with the TV. If the TV is well and there are no issues around the TV is going to operate to its fullest maximum opportunity or whatever. If something is unwell, like a car, your check engine light come on, well, that's a caution sign. It needs attention. It needs to be fixed. Well, mentally well, healthy, well-sounded, sane individuals don't do things that are unwell. They don't. It's truly that simple. I promise you. I promise you. Unwell things, unwell activities, do unwell things, produce unwell things. And the unwell person, individual, group is trying to use that same unwellness to make you look and act like them unwell. So when you free yourself from their unwellness, they become lonely. Good. Let them be by themselves. That's on them. And they're going through grief because of it. So the next time somebody say, oh, that person is unwell, think again, because probably not. There's two sides to, no, there's not two sides to everything. There's a lie and then there's the truth. There's no sides to truth. There are only sides to lies. There's no sides to truth. That's what it is. That's what it is. Right there. Right there. That's the truth. That right there. Yes. That is the truth. There's no sides to it. It's right there. Lies, you can hit it from every angle. Nah. So the next time somebody try to come around you and say or talk about somebody else and they're unwell, probably not. Probably not. Unwell individuals do unwell things, literally and figuratively. And they have showed us time after time after time again how unwell that they are, which they regret with adversity. Their unwellness is bringing them adversity that they regret. Not you. You didn't cause them to be unwell. You did not. You are here or soon to be. Peace and self-esteem. This is where you are or soon to be. And that's what they were afraid of. That's what they were afraid of. Oh, fucking well. Cry us a river, heifer. We don't give a damn. Where's my dice, child? Hold on. Let me look for it. Here it is. We have Libra. You could be a Libra. They could be. Take it how it resonates. We have Scorpio. You could be a Scorpio. They could be. Take it how it resonates. Pisces. Aquarius. Capricorn. Aries. Aries. Sagittarius. Cancer. So if that resonates, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Don't forget to grab this copy of this book, Wisdom Beyond Wounds. If you like my teaching style, then you will like the contents in this book. All right, Wisdom Beyond Wounds on Amazon. Type it in, you'll see it on Amazon. If you would like to join us in our group, Wisdom Beyond Wounds group on Facebook, it is a self-paced group where I show you guys how to dive deep or deeper into your shadows. I put certain questions in there or specific questions to help you to open up more. And so far, it's been working really well. So if you are interested in that group, you're more than welcome to join us. Yeah, healing should be, I feel like healing should be mandatory in everyone's life, day to day. I truly do. I feel being in a space of being healed or healing, it is paramount to your growth. It really is. And I think it's something that a lot of people should have or consider to take, take initiative to. It's called Wisdom Beyond Wounds. It's a workbook that I have created surrounding any type of narcissistic experiences that you may have experienced. I break it down further in the books surrounding the many different types of narcissism that you may be aware of. Maybe you don't have a name for it. So yeah, this book is filled with 309 pages of greatness. Amazon.com. And yeah. So yeah, that's how I feel about healing. So if you're wanting to join us in the Wisdom Beyond Wounds group, you're more than welcome to come join us. We're on Facebook. Okay. So yes, till next time, thank you guys so much for being here. You are truly appreciated. Thank you for all the tips, the shares, the donations, also the commentary as well. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. See ya. Bye. Thank you, baby. Have a great day. Have a great day. I love you guys. Take care.